So today isn't my usual style of video because I'll admit that I've hit a little bit of a wall creatively. I am 16 days away from attempting 10 Ironmans in 10 days in 10 cities, which is the biggest challenge that I've ever documented here on the channel and potentially will be the biggest challenge that I ever document here on the channel. I'm sure my wife Erin would like that to be the case, but unsurprisingly, the prep has taken a huge amount from me physically, mentally, and creatively. And now that game day is getting so close, I really just have this overwhelming desire to just focus in and be direct. So in today's video, I'm going to explain exactly how you can be involved and why that would mean so much to me personally. And then in the next 3 videos to follow, I'm going to break down the exact details and approach to performance, nutrition, and logistics, bringing on the relevant person that's supporting me in each of those 3 elements to break it down together. So if you're here for the journey and not just this video alone, then make sure to hit subscribe so we can all see what happens when I begin Project Tenacity. Okay, so let's kick things off with a little bit of context, because you're probably wondering, why are you taking on 10 Ironmans in 10 days in 10 cities, which is a very reasonable question and one which warrants an explanation, I would suggest. So I'm going to break down the short version just now, but if you're looking for the longer, more detailed version, then head to this video that's on screen just now, and I've linked it in the description down below. But in simple terms, Project Tenacity is centered on that number 10. 10 a city, tenacity, get it? Very proud of that play on words. Very proud of that play on words. And don't know if I'll be able to beat that one on the channel, so watch this space. But anyway, I digress. The number 10 is very significant to me personally because on May the 9th, 2026, it will be exactly 10 years to the day since my suicide attempt in May of 2016. I've been very open about that on the channel in the past. I've been very open about that on media and podcasts in the past, and that's ultimately how I got into social media in the first place. I started posting on Instagram as a way of trying to fundraise for Movember in 2018. I then started documenting that journey on YouTube, and everything else has kind of spiraled accidentally since then. We've since focused a little bit more on sort of my training journey, but I began training like this as a way to fundraise for Movember, as a way of highlighting how much I cared about men's mental well-being and suicide prevention based on the negative experience that I had with it in the past, a lot of which was made worse by my own worldview, my own decision-making, and by a lot of things that I'm confident I could have changed along the way had I had the right guidance or support. And that's what I want this project to represent. I want this to be that guidance and or support, because I want to model this project on a very, very simple premise, which is, if I had seen this project when I was struggling, would I have engaged with it, and would that have had an impact on me and the way that I was feeling? And if this project can be modeled in that way, and if even better, it can have that impact on someone individually anywhere in the UK, because we're going Edinburgh, Glasgow, Belfast, Dublin, Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, Cardiff, Bristol, London, we're covering most of it, that would be a huge success. I'm viewing this as an endurance roadshow where the mechanism for people to be involved and make a statement for men's mental health and suicide prevention in their local communities, on social media, in their friends, family, whatever it might be. The challenge is the mechanism. The interaction is hopefully the outcome that we're all looking for. My endurance challenge is the mechanism, but I'm hoping that the individual participation can be the impact, so to speak. So the aim of the challenge is simple: 10 Ironmans in 10 days in 10 cities, and we're traveling between them overnight, so that's going to be a big challenge logistically, which we'll talk about. They're going to be within Ironman cut-off times, and we are aiming to fundraise £122,000 to fund 10,000 potentially life-saving phone calls with CALM, Campaign Against Living Miserably, where each phone call costs £12.20 to fund. That's the aim. That is the mission. We are trying to get as many people involved along the way as possible, and we're trying to fundraise £122,000 along the way. At a personal level, I am placing more of an emphasis on the individual impact, the conversations that can be started, and potentially the people that we can get moving along the way in those communities, because I know personally and firsthand how much of an impact movement, commitment, community, and setting goals that scare you can have on your mental well-being, and potentially downstream of that, an impact on suicide prevention. So that is the mission of the project. That's the context of the project. Let's talk about how you can participate. There are 2 important links in the description down below. Number 1 is the link for in-person participation. So if you go to the ticket section, it will give you a list of swim, bike, run tickets and the locations in each city that you can join in on. Just to emphasize as well, if it hasn't already been made clear through the link, etc., we've designed this project to be as inclusive, safe, and controlled as possible, so that ability and access is not a limiting factor for anyone. Private swimming pools, for the most part, private bike circuits that are closed off to traffic and other people, and then athletics tracks or public parks where running is completely safe and controlled, so that anyone can come along to run one lap, one length, whatever it might be, at their own pace, be a part of the project, send a clear statement to their friends or family that they're showing up for this cause, but we do not want any ability to be unable to access this project. We want this to be about a community activation, and it's been designed with that in mind. So private swimming pool, private cycle tracks, and private running circuits for the most part. So whatever distance you want to come along for, please do. The links for the tickets are in there, so link down below. Second link is for donations. So if you can't make it in person but would still like to support the cause, as I've said, £12.20 funds a potentially life-saving phone call. So as a subscriber, as a viewer, I'd really appreciate if you were happy to donate to the cause. There's another link down there that allows you to opt in for updates on how you can be involved virtually. We're finalizing the details of that in the next couple of days with Training Peaks Virtual. So if you're on the other side of the world and you want to be involved, then there will be information going out on that in the next couple of days, at the latest early next week. So please do opt in. Finally, if you've got your own challenge that you want to commit to, whether it's your first 10-mile run, whatever it might be as part of this process, anything around the number 10, or just doing a distance that intimidates you for the cause, let us know in the comments down below, or opt into that email sequence, and then you can reply to us in there as well. We'd love to hear what you're doing. If you can't make it in person but would like to see the project succeed, and you know of any individuals, friends, or family that you could share this with, that would be fantastic, because again, anyone that has the ability to swim, bike, or run, I would love to be involved. I'd love for them to come along and meet a few people that are there for the cause. Local area, local community. They might make friends, they might make training partners, they might have a conversation that massively improves their mental well-being. So if we can facilitate that, that would be wonderful. Also, if you're part of any clubs, teams, or organizations where you could share it with them or get a group along as part of the process, that would be fantastic as well. I don't in any way, shape, or form want this project to be exclusive to anyone. I want as many local people from local communities involved for the cause, and if you guys can help make that happen, that would be massively appreciated. I'm not particularly in favor of the factions that can often form between triathletes and runners, or swimmers and triathletes, or bodybuilders and powerlifters, and all these sort of boxes that people like to put themselves into. I kind of sit across all of them at a mediocre level, and I really want this project to break down those boundaries, break down those barriers, and not have ability as a part of the conversation at all. I want it to be about individual participation and sending a clear message to people in their communities that these are the people that showed up for the cause when they could do so. As I've said, this project is designed to bring us all together in a safe, controlled, and inclusive environment. It's been designed that way at great cost, at great logistical demand. So I would love for you guys to take advantage of that, because we've put in the work to make it happen. So private swimming pools, private cycle tracks, and either private athletics tracks or open public parks, where we would love to see you, love to have a conversation, and would love to see what we can all achieve together. Ultimately, movement has changed my life. If it has changed yours too, then this project is for you as much as it is for me. And together, maybe we can make it change someone else's too. Finally, interaction, engagement, and support is a huge part of what's going to make this project succeed. And I'm not just talking in terms of social media algorithms, although it would be massively appreciated if you like this video, comment on this video, and subscribe and like all future videos, etc. All that obvious stuff. Thank you very much. But more so that I would love for this video and all future videos as part of the project to become a really positive space for you to share any insights you've got on how to support your own mental well-being. If there's any reason you're particularly passionate about suicide prevention, or if you've got any perspective on masculinity in the modern world that you're happy to share. How cool would it be if the comment section of this video, and all videos that come out as part of the project, with the aim being 10 videos in 10 days, by the way, ambitious, but I'm excited. How cool would it be if those videos in and of themselves in the comment section, collectively, we could make that a part of the positive impact that we're trying to have with this mission. You lot, my wonderful subscribers, underpin a lot of this. I really hope that we can come together in a meaningful way for this project and for future projects. So whilst this video hasn't been my normal style, I hope it's really made things clear as to how things are looking in terms of how you can be involved in the project, how you can support, and what to expect. Just to break things down in really simple terms, 10 Ironmans in 10 days in 10 cities: Edinburgh, Glasgow, Belfast, Dublin, Liverpool, Manchester, Leeds, Cardiff, Bristol, London. Private swimming pools that you can come and join me in every city. Private race circuits or cycle circuits in pretty much every city that you can come and join me in. And private athletics tracks or public parks that you can come and join me in every city as well. All of the details of that are in the ticket section and the link in the description down below. If you can't make it, it would be fantastic if you could donate. That link is in the description as well. £12.20 funds a potentially life-saving phone call, and we are trying to fund 10,000 of them by raising £122,000. This project is also about bringing out people's individual stories, individual perspectives. So if you're happy to share that in the comments, if you're happy to come along to the events and be on camera and talk about it, showing up is what matters, showing up is what is going to make a difference. So I really do appreciate you all, and would love for you guys to be able to help in the ways that I've mapped out along along the way. So that's that. I want to get my head down and finish this process so I can get to the start line and then make some incredible media, meet some incredible people, and hopefully have an impact for a cause that is very meaningful to me personally. I want to get my head down and finish off the training and be as prepared as I can be for the start line to see if I can scrap my way to the finish line. Thank you very much, and I can't wait to go on this journey with you all.